Hi everyone, this side Manisha Mishra, Assistant Professor in Mathematics, Applied Science Department at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. This college is affiliated to Mahasi Dayanand University, Rohtak. In previous session, I told you about correlation, important features of correlation, and etc. Methods of studying of correlation like this. Today I will discuss the methods of studying of correlation, and in methods of studying of correlation, I will tell you about coefficient of determination. And in previous session, I had already discussed Carl Pearson of coefficient of correlation, and it is very important topic, Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation. So you guys just learn this topic because it will be asked 8 marks question in your final semester exam in MGU, Maths then University. So you guys just prepare your topic, Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation. So there is another method. Third method is coefficient of determination. So what is coefficient of determination? There are various approaches for the calculation of coefficient of determination, which is denoted by R square. R means Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation, and R square means coefficient of determination. If it means if you have your Carl Pearson formula, then you can also calculate coefficient of determination. So R square means coefficient of determination is equal to summation y minus y bar into x minus x bar to the power पूरा whole square upon summation y minus y bar whole square into summation x minus x bar whole square, where x bar and y bar is your mean, and x bar is your mean of x series, y bar is the mean of y series. There is another formula here, summation x y minus summation x summation y upon n to the power whole square, and upon whole upon summation x square minus summation x square upon n into summation y square minus summation y whole square upon n. It means there is a one formula is here and there is a second formula is here. So both of the formula are of coefficient of determination. There is an example here. The following table gives the demand and price figures for a commodity for 6 days. Calculate the correlation coefficient between price and demand. So we just need to calculate our correlation coefficient. So correlation coefficient means Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation. So we can calculate also here coefficient of determination, and coefficient of determination will be your R square. So just first find X bar and Y bar. So there is a table here, Monday, Tuesday to Saturday, n is equal to 6, and price is given, price X is given, demand Y is given. Then you will calculate your X bar and Y bar because this is your mean. So summation X upon n, summation Y upon n. So summation X is equal to 120, so X bar is equal to 20 and Y bar is equal to 18. Now next we need to calculate our x minus x bar and y minus y bar. So just calculate x minus x bar, y minus y bar separately. Then you need to calculate x minus x bar into y minus y bar. So just next column will be your x minus x bar into y minus y bar. Why we are finding all these terms? Because our coefficient of correlation formula is R is equal to summation x minus x bar into y minus y bar whole upon square root of summation x minus x bar whole square into y minus y bar whole square. So just we need to calculate our these terms. Just first see your formula and what you need, then you calculate. So last column is your x minus x bar whole square, and this, another last one is y minus y bar whole square. Just calculate all these things here, then you will get your R is equal to minus 0.886. This is your exercise. So just you will calculate your columns x minus x bar, y minus y bar, and x minus x bar into y minus y bar, and find the summation of these terms. So you will get your r is equal to minus 0.886. And if I say that find coefficient of correlation, then you will calculate your r square. So r square will be your coefficient of correlation. Next, third point is your rank coefficient of correlation. So what is rank coefficient of correlation? Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation is based on certain assumptions and not suitable for rank attributes. So what is rank coefficient of correlation? R is equal to 1 minus 6 into summation d square upon n square minus 1. So what is d square? D square means square of the difference in rank between paired values. मीन्स जो भी हमारी रैंक होगी उन दोनों के उनका स्क्वायर का जो डिफरेंस आएगा वो हमारा डी स्क्वायर होगा. सो द वैल्यू ऑफ रैंक coefficient of correlation will be minus 1 less than or equal to r less than or equal to plus 1, which means that if the rank of both the series perfectly coincide, r is equal to 1, perfect positive correlation, r is equal to minus 1, that means perfect negative correlation. And if r is equal to 0 means lack of any association between the rank of the two sets. That means if you are getting your rank coefficient is 1, that means perfect positive correlation is showing. If r is equal to minus 1, that means rank of the both series are exactly opposite to each other. And what is the meaning of the opposite to each other? That means you are getting your negative perfect correlation. And if you r is equal to 0, that means there is no correlation. That means there is no relationship between your rank, या फिर आप ये भी कह सकते हैं there is no association between the rank of the two sets. And the last one, r need not be linear. That means correlation is just is only for calculating linear elements या linear relationship या जो भी बोल रहे हैं. But rank का जो rank coefficient of correlation need not be linear. It shows only an increasing or decreasing relationship. So there is an example, and we will understand rank coefficient of correlation better by this example. So apical manufacturing uses different varieties of mangoes for his uh, mango pickle to varieties of mangoes for his mango pickle. So to judge rank his pickle as follows. So pickle 1, pickle 2, pickle code rank 1, judge by rank by judge 1, rank by judge 2. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H are the pickles. So 5, 3, 1, 6 and so on, 3, 4 to the 2 up to 5. So just make a table here. So these are the varieties of pickle. First rank R1 is here, second rank R2 is here. So we need to calculate D square is equal to R1 minus R2 whole square. Okay, just look at d square. Square of the difference in rank between paired values. That means here will be your r1 square minus r2 square, ना कि r1 minus r2 whole square होगा यहाँ पर. Just correct this line. Here d square is equal to r1 square minus r2 square. This square will not be here. This square will not be here. Here only r1 is square r1 is square minus r2 square will be here. So this just cancelled out. This is not here. So now first find r1 square and r2 square. After finding r1 square minus r2 square, you will get summation d square is equal to 18, and 1 minus 6 into 18 upon 8 into 63, then you will get your rank is equal to rank coefficient of correlation is equal to 0.786 here. Now There is another formula is here. Suppose if rank are not given, then how you calculate your rank coefficient of correlation? Then you have to calculate your rank coefficient of correlation by the given rank. That means you will allotted your objects or elements by rank wise arrangement. So the typical example is now written with this one. This is your rank by judge 1, this is the rank by judge 2. Calculate rank coefficient of correlation. So there, just look at here. B by rank 1, rank is 3, right? And also F have a rank 3 here. So B, for B and have, the new adjustment rank will be 3 plus 4 upon 2 is equal to 3.5 for judge 1. And also look at here, 3 5 5 5 are repeating 3 times. So 5 at 5th position, 5 at 6th position. uh, uh, Sorry, H, yeah, 5 here. H will be, your H is 5 plus 6 plus 7 divided by 3 is equal to 6. That means the, for judge 1 and for judge 2, new adjusted ranks for FGH will be 5 plus 6 plus 7 upon 3 is equal to 6. That means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, like this. So 1 where 2 3 4 and again 5 6 7. So these are the rank 5, rank 6 and rank 7. So add all of these things. 5 plus 6 plus 7 divided by 3 is equal to 6. That means you will give the rank 6 here. So and the new adjusted rank for FGH will be your 6. So you are giving 6 rank of for FGH. So just and for B and F, your rank will be 3.5, right? Now, there is a formula here. These are the formulas for covariance, Karl Pearson coefficient of variation. So covariance is equal to summation x minus x bar into y minus y bar upon n. And Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation is equal to individual series. R is equal to covariance upon sigma x sigma y. R is equal to summation x minus x bar into y minus y bar upon n into sigma x sigma y. And R is equal to third one formula. So this is very important. So you can usually use this formula to find the Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation. Now there is another example. So example is here. Okay, we have already calculated all of these things. So next, here these are the questions related to mean, median, standard deviation. So these types of questions always asked in your final semester exam, and these are also MDU old question papers questions. So just first question is given. If the mean of 7, 9, 11, x and 15 is 12, then find the value of x. So these types of question always ask in your final semester exam. This is 2 marks question. This is also 2 marks question. This is 8 marks question. Question third and question fourth both are 8 marks question. As I told you that I will discuss few example of mean, median, mode related, standard deviation related. So these are the examples, and I will share more of the questions related to these topics. So first let's see these questions. If the mean of 7, 9, 11, x and 15 is 12, find the value of x. That means mean is given 12 here. And your variables are x1 is 7, x2 is 9, x3 is 11, x4 is x, and x5 is 15. So total number of variable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means your n is given 5, x1 to x5 are given, then your mean formula is x bar is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus x5 upon n. So just put all these value here. then you will get your variable x is equal to 18. Mean is given, you have n, you have all the summation of these variables, so just you can find your x here. So that means your fourth observation is 18 here. Now second question is given, find the standard deviation of 11, 14, 15, 17, 18. So just look at your number of variables. Number of variables are given 5. So you will find your first mean here. So x1 is given, x2 is given, x3 is given, x4 is given, x5 is given. That means you need to calculate x bar. So x bar is equal to summation x upon n. So just add all of these values. So 75 upon 5, that means 15 is your mean. Now what is the standard deviation formula? The standard deviation formula is x minus square root of summation x minus x bar whole square upon n. That means when you make your table, that means your second column will be x minus x bar and your third column will be x minus x bar whole square here, right? So x is given, you have your x bar, then you can calculate x minus x bar here. So 11 minus 15, 14 minus 15, 15 minus 15, 17 minus 15, 18 minus 15. Now next you need to calculate x minus x bar whole square. So minus 4 whole square, 16, 1, 0, 4 and 9. Now next step, summation of x minus x bar whole square. So just add all of these values. So summation is your 30. So just put all these values in the standard deviation formula and you have your standard deviation is 2.449. So just as you just follow these steps, what is your question is saying, बस इस आपको क्या करना है, जो आपका क्वेश्चन जैसे कह रहा है आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप वैसे ही उसको फॉलो करना है. Now third one question is, find the median of the following frequency distribution. Marks is given, number of students are given. So 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on, 50 to 60, and number of students is given. So I told you number of students. If number of students, number of variable, number of object, number is given, that means that column will be your frequency. So okay, this one, right? This one, this column is this one. This column is your frequency column. So there is a missing part is here, 0 to 10 is missing. So don't worry about it, I will told you. So first column is your given interval. This is your exercise, so just you will calculate all of these things, but answer is here, so you can tell your answer with my answer. So 0 to 10 is your first line, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50 and 50 to 60. So first column is given here and second column number of frequency. So number of frequency is also here, and a number of frequency is given 15, 17, 19, 27, 19 and 12. That means second column will be your number of frequency. So this is your frequency column, right? Because number is given. And third column will be your, you need to calculate your x means variables. So objects बोल सकते हैं, elements बोल सकते हैं. So for the objects you will calculate the mid value of your given interval. So first column is given, first row is your 0 to 10. 0 to 10 means 0 plus 10 divided by 2. That means first will be your 5. 10 to 20, 20 means 10 plus 20 upon 2 is equal to 15. That means 15 is your second variable. 20 to 30 means 25. 30 to 40 means 35, means 30 plus 40 divided by 2, that means 35. 40 plus 50 divided by 2, 45. 50 plus 60 divided by 2, 55. That means third column will be your x. This is your x column, this is your f column. Now next you need to calculate your cumulative frequency. So look at this PDF. here it is clear: 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and so on, 50 to 60. And next, last column is your cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency, you can see it will come it will be coming from frequency. So 15, first frequency is your 15. So second one will be your 15 plus 17, that means 32. Third one, 32 plus 19, 51. 51 plus 27, 78. So one by one, add to the cumulative frequency to frequency, then you will get your next cumulative frequency. So all last one is your 109. So check your summation f. Summation f is 109. If both are same, then that means you are calculating your right cumulative frequency. Now next, summation f is 109. That means odd number. If odd number, then your median will lie between n plus 1 by 2th term. So just find, so 110 upon 2, that means 50 fifth terms. Fifth term. So just look at your cumulative frequency, and 55 term is nearby to 78. So 78 is your cumulative frequency, 27 is your frequency, and your PCF, your proceeding cumulative frequency, will be 51. So your preceding cumulative frequency is 51, and is your L. L means your lower bound. Lower bound is 30 here. So just put all these value in this formula, and you will get your final answer 21.296. So just check, tally this answer to your answer. It may be differ. So by use this formula, you can calculate your median. So write PCF, write N means 109, F means 27, and iota means I means interval difference, and your interval difference is 50 to 60, 40 to 50, that means 10. So just write all these value here. Now fourth question is given. Fourth question, find the missing term, missing frequencies in the following distribution table, it being given that the mean is given 50. So your class interval is given and total number of frequencies is given. So 0 to 20, 20 to 40, and so on, 80 to 100, and frequency 17, x 32, y 19, and total is given 120. So there are two frequency, x and y are missing. So just first construct your table, and your table is first column 0 to 20, 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, and 80 to 90. And your frequency is 17, x 32, y 90. Mid value, so third column is your mid value, that means your variable. So 0 plus 20 divided by 2, 10, 20 plus 40 divided by 2, 30, and so on, 80 plus 100 divided by 2, 90. So mean, we need to calculate summation fx upon summation f. So last column is your f into x. So calculate f into x, and given frequency is n is equal to summation f is equal to 120, and you have summation fx is equal to 1940 plus 30x plus 70y. So mean is given, x bar is equal to 50. So just put all these value here. X bar is equal to summation fx upon summation f. So you will get equation 3x plus 7y is equal to 406. This is your first equation, so mark as first. Now given summation f is equal to 120, so this is your frequency, is total frequency. So just write total frequency, x plus y plus 68 is equal to 120. So x plus y is your 52. This is your second equation, so mark as second. Now solve the equation 1 and 2. So just make a variable equal to the another variable. So 3x plus 7y is equal to 406 is your first equation, and second one is your x plus y is equal to 52. So just make equal 3x in both equation, then you can cancel both of the variables. So multiply by 3 in second equation. So 3x plus 3y is equal to 52 into 3. So you will get 4y is equal to 250 and y is equal to 62.5. And put the value of y in second equation, then you will get your x here. So this is different type of question. And always 2 marks question and 8 marks question asked in your semester exam. So just to prepare all these questions, and I will share different types of question in near our next video. So I think it is sufficient to understand mean, median, mode to by these questions. Thank you.